Hello!
Hi, everybody. It's Leanne Scott.
And Dale Movember
Fear. I'm sorry. Oh,
grow, my little friend, grow.
It's awful. It's like the dark side. It's terrible.
It's for a good cause. It's for a good cause.
Okay, it's for a good cause. But does
anyone...
anyone...
I'll put my link below so that if you want to donate...
If you want to donate to Dale Fear's Movember, then he can maybe get it off faster. Anyway, hi.
Hi.
Dale and Leanne from Move Therapies in Osoyoos, British Columbia, Canada. And we've come on today to do part 2 or part 2 of things that we wear or use, but mostly things today will take place talking about things that we wear that give us grief. And by give us grief, I think I kind of want to take that a little deeper. Long term, things that we do repetitively daily, especially things we put on our bodies, can cause us rigidity, can cause us a lack of movement that in the long term causes big issues.
Yeah, and it might not start out that way. It might start out sort of you're just wearing it as a fashion thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And then over time, it changes into something else.
And all of a sudden it's like, okay, so let me just start. What's one of the first things women do when they get home? They take off their bras. A lot of people. It's not for that. Anyway, they do. And I mean, it's a sure sign if the second you're by yourself or with your loving partner at home, but the second you're no longer in public, you tear something off your body, it kind of probably means you're not loving it too much.
Probably not.
Yeah. Generally, it just means at the very least it's uncomfortable. And when you wear something that's even just uncomfortable all day, your brain recognizes it all day. It pinches, it bothers you, it tugs, it's too high, it's an improper fit, blah, 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 blah. What we have found is this, more specifically. I have found that when I work with clients that wear a very significant bra, because let me start by saying this. I'm not saying that everybody has to rip off their bras, but what I am saying the biggest issue I actually have for myself is the clasp at the back on the spine. It pretty much lives, if you think about it, right on your spine. It's not off center generally. Sometimes there's front closures, but a very large percentage of the bras we wear clasp in the spine. And when I actually, as an ABM practitioner, work on someone's spine, say they're lying on their side, and I'm just sort of touching their spine and seeing how much movement their spine has by just barely touching it, I can tell you with like a lot of confidence, the area that is under that clasp is like a rock.
Yeah, usually what we call it sort of the vitality spot, which would be sort of on the back side.
In between the shoulder blades,
where your
bra lives. Yeah.
And it's always interesting whenever we worked on clients, and Leanne's noticed it, I've noticed it in my training, and we talked about it lots, is that part of the skeleton or by that part of the spine gets restricted.
It's literally clasped.
And you should be able
right
to,
on it.
You can probably see just a little bit that my chest can move that way.
Can open and expand.
But when you have something like, I thankfully don't wear a bra.
Shockingly, men don't have to wear it.
But when it restricts there and it holds you there.
And in the same spot every single day for whatever amount of hours, I don't know, 16, 15, whatever it is. That's a very repetitive restriction.
Yes.
So I'm guessing you can guess that it's kind of, yeah. So what I suggest is, a bralette. And let's just start by saying if you're very large breasted, there are bras that you can wear. They're out there. There's been a huge change in the bra making industry just in the last couple years in comparison to even like cumulatively of all the years bras have been around, because women are standing up and saying, I'm just not wearing this. It's too uncomfortable. But there are bras that don't necessarily have a clasp, that you can pull over your bum and wear. They don't necessarily have underwire. They're wider at the sides instead of tapering really narrow and pulling in that area. They have wider straps. They have, the list goes on and on. They're more comfortable. And you can get them anywhere. I just got some in our little town of Osoyoos just a couple days ago. They don't go into the racerback, because that's another thing. Racerbacks have a propensity to like pull you in a certain way. And also I will say, I'm not talking about going to a sports bra. Sports bras are generally kind of restricting, and they're restricting in kind of a wetsuit type thing, and that also doesn't allow for freedom of the ribs to move. And when anything is restricted, any part of our body is restricted in movement, it means other parts of the body have to make up the difference to continue our moving.
If this isn't moving, then this has to move more, and this has to move more, and this isn't part of the movement of...
Yeah. So there's more detail. We can explain it more. If anyone is interested, well, like, really, what does it do? It restricts the movement of the arm. Well, if the ribs can't move, then you have to do it just with your little tiny ligaments in your arm. The neck, if you can't turn to shoulder check, you do it like this. It's significant. Yes. So, bras. Think about it, look into it. If you have any questions, obviously let us know, and we will say, I don't know, burn the bra, whatever one is. Dale just happy that I don't really wear one anymore. So that's bras.
Yes, and for dudes, not as huge an issue.
No.
Belts.
Shocking.
You know, I mean, so we've had them for forever. Even belts have gone through a bit of an evolution in terms of, you know, there's more. They can cinch it to whatever degree you want it and whatever. But usually adjusting that, usually when you stand up, put your belt on, you put your pants on, you put your belt on, you adjust it there. But then when you sit down, usually you don't unreadjust it, you know, or readjust it in that position. Yeah. So then when you go to sit down and you have that thing going across, especially your hips.
Sciatic and lower back.
And it's that part of what we would consider is where a lot of the movement happens, is in your hips and in your pelvis and in that area. And if there is restriction of that area, of the muscles and stuff like that, then it's going to have an impact on how you move. And again, like the bras, usually it's not like a thing that happens like in one day. It's like if you wear a bra for, like maybe if you did wear a tight bra for one day, you'd notice a big difference. Or if you wore your belt too tight for one day. But usually we've started off wearing something, and then over time, just like our we did another video on the fat hamburger wallet.
Yes,
and,
we'll link that below, by the way, so you can watch that if you didn't get to see that.
And the purses, like those wallets didn't start out like being really like the 2 inches thick wallet, or the purse didn't start out being like the 50-pound purse.
Yeah.
You know,
it grew.
We started using it, and then over time we put more things into it, or we had our belt at a certain, you know, we want to keep, you know, how skinny we were when we were 18, so we have our belt at that size or whatever, and then we just don't adjust it, or we just don't adjust it in the day, thinking, oh, I'm sitting down, I don't need to adjust my belt. Yeah. Like, what's that going to do? They have a big impact.
They do.
You know,
they really, really do. Yeah. And by the way, women also wear belts.
Women, women, of course, women wear belts. Like,
so that's another thing. And I will say, it's a running joke, kind of, not a joke, wrong word, but a running theme that when I have, for myself anyway, when I have clients come in and they have lower sciatic and lower back pain, I will ask them about their belt and they'll show it to me or whatever. And then they go to do it up, and I swear, I see it every time. They like haul on it as tight as they can and click it back in. And I'm like, oh my God. I might be a start of a reason that there's, you know, really less mobility there because of that.
And thankfully, those things are changing. Like there's more belts that have more stretchiness into it.
There's just more awareness in the fact that we're, you know, a high heel. I mean, I don't have to get into it. We all know. I mean, it's common sense. Putting your foot like this and walking forever, all day, is not how our foot is built to walk. Our heel is meant to come down to the floor. So as much as they're lovely and as much as they make our legs look, and trust me, I did this. I was a professional dancer all my life. I was the queen of, you know,
she was
everything. I had bras, wired, boom, heels. And I put a heel on now, and it's like, oh my, right away, it's painful. It causes, I have a hip injury. It causes my hip to be a problem. These are things that we do to ourselves that we really, you know,
and spend a lot of money on too. You know, it's not like these things are cheap.
No, no, they're not. I have like a couple little bralettes, and I just throw them. Like, I mean, I'm not. It's a huge expenditure. So, but it, you know, it's
all with
not
the purpose of
surgery.
There's a purpose behind those things, and then sometimes those things get taken out of. They go a little bit too far, and then they start changing us.
Yes.
You know,
I've even had clients come in here, and I hope the woman I'm thinking of, I hope she does watch it. Actually, I was going to say, I hope she doesn't watch it because she'll know I'm talking about her. But I actually hope she does. That wore 2 push-up bras, one on top of the other. Because she truly felt she was a large-breasted woman, and she truly felt that she looked awful without her breasts up here. And it's just a concept, you know, it's something we've been sold on. And women look beautiful in any way, shape, or form, you know, so just think about it.
Yes.
If you tear it off the second you get home,
maybe it means something.
It might mean something, and it could mean something fairly bad long term.
Yes.
You wear something, you're 65 years old, you've had a bra on for how many, you know, do the math.
Yes.
So that's all. We just wanted to come on and throw that out there.
And show off my mustache.
Oh, so
donate below, please.
It's awful. Donate
Awful.
to get rid of it. That's what I want. I want someone to phone, to write in and say, I'll give him $100
Hey, if someone gives me $1,000, I'll shave it off tomorrow.
He will donate the $1,000.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Donate to the thing.
Shave Dale. Anyway, that's it.
I
That's
think it's
all.
looking good.
Oh, it's okay.
Put your comments below. If you like my beard, give me a thumbs up. If you don't,
give him a thumbs way down. Okay, that's it. Leanne Scott.
Dale Fuhr.
At
Dale Movember.
Movember Fuhr. We are Move Therapies in Osoyoos, British Columbia, Canada. And like we said, if you have any questions or, you know, whatever, give us a shout. That's it.
Bye.
Bye.